Rabbit Hole for me is a whole set of tools of how to live and how to live with the huge changes that can happen in life with loss of communication that results from loss. And to me, it's almost like a guidebook to how to move on in the face of the forces that can buffet you throughout your life. I was just knocked out of my course in my own projects, and I felt that I had to be a part of it. In my growing up, we experienced the kind of things that happened in the script where a family member has been lost, and I just found myself weeping throughout the whole thing, laughing throughout the whole thing, and truly comfortable in my own skin while reading it, not thinking about how you would shoot it, not thinking about, oh, this really has to go, that really has to stay. I just was completely in the story, and I immediately felt that I had something to add to it. I had something, a channel through which to tell the story. I just, it was instantaneous. Nicole plays Becca Corbett, who's really our protagonist. She's dealing with the loss of her child, and she has encased herself in a structure of life that to allow her to go on, to move on. But at the beginning of the film, she's decided to make some changes in her life, which is the beginning of the film, in letting go of what happened. And she moves in, she makes some strong decisions which fly in the face of what her husband, played by Aaron Eckhart, wants. His way of dealing with the world, Howie Corbett's way, is to keep Danny in his life however he can, in terms of like Danny's things, the memories of Danny, the videos of Danny, the presence of Danny, and both of the characters are right. Both of them are right and wrong, and they eventually come into conflict. How do you deal with something like this and still live? The two of the main characters, I think, use even more humor, which you don't call them comic relief because they're extremely emotionally important characters, but Diane Wiest playing Mom, playing Nat, and Tammy Blanchard playing Izzy, the sister who's always making the wrong decision, are quite in opposition to Becca and Howie, whose lives are perfect except for this one event. I mean, they're tasteful, they're relaxed, they're happy, whereas Nat and Izzy, the mother and sister, have had their share of mistakes in their lives, problems in their lives. In some ways, they have more tools to deal with the problems than Becca and Howie. And Diane and Tammy are brilliant in the role. He, as a teenager, is dealing with a gigantic event, life-changing event, and Becca and he haven't had any contact since the event. There's some chance encounters in the film that bring them together in a way that's kind of unexpected. And both of them, the only thing they share is this event, you know, and it's strangely becomes the most compelling relationship in the film for me. It's the most unexpected, and it's the one that is a catalyst for everything that happens to her at a certain point in the film. And Miles embodies it beautifully. He's very young, but there's somehow in his eyes you can see that he's lived, and that, you know, that it hasn't been the perfect event-free life that many teenagers have dealt with. Anne Roth brought a pedigree, a sense of humor, an inspiration. Whenever I would see her on set, actually my DP, whenever we saw her, was like, Anne Roth, ladies and gentlemen, all rise, because she is a legend. But she doesn't take herself seriously. So I'm just excited to be involved with all kinds of legends, and she's one of them.